It's time for another YouTube live stream. My name's Claude for Chicago, and we are back, and I can't remember what the rest of what he says. But we're Claude for Chicago. We are here for real people with real creativity in real time. Fredlings never give up, and I want on you. And today we are going to be live streaming Fred's Super Flat Hardcore Challenge. Long story short, this is a super flat world where structures can generate. We're limited to 1,000, a negative 1,000, a negative 1,000 blocks until the later game of the series, which we'll explain at that time. Today, we are going to be working on a new cobblestone generator as well as a new tree farm. The tree farm is not going to change any differently about how the operation of it works, but it is going to change in terms of the aesthetic of the farm itself. So let's get started and let's get going into that. But before we go, I want to give a massive shout out to Cripsa. Thank you so much for coming out to today's live stream. And I should have probably brought up my tutorial design before I started doing this. So I guess we're just gonna go for a little bit and start working on some stuff before I pull up the design, because should have had that preset up. But long story short, all the design for the auto cobblestone generator entails and needs is really just hoppers, which we don't have actually, as everyone should know if you are been watching the series, we do not have any extra iron laying around, and it is also entails just having just moving our setup. So that setup of that lava is going to be gone. I also want to figure out what is going to actually also be our new setup. What will that be? Will it be I'm trying to think of it. I'm sorry, I was getting distracted here, but where will it be? Not what will it be, but where it will be is the real question. So what we're doing right now is we're just sort of digging out our new area for our new little tree farm and seeing how it will look and how it will go. This is something that we discussed a little bit earlier on the live stream a couple of days ago, but me and PvP as well as Struggle Duck were working on a Minecraft server a long time ago, about over 5 years ago now, definitely for sure. And the farm entailed working on. It wasn't not a farm, but it was a prison server. And the prison server included certain little things that you could do, and one of them was a tree farm. And tree farms kind of grew in a certain pattern, and this is how they did grow like this. But I think what Zach Daily Games gave us an idea the other day that why don't we put cobblestone slabs? And honestly, I think it would be harder to cut trees down with the cobblestone slabs. But at the same time, I do think that putting the cobblestone slabs there would also make the world um, less flats, and that is the entire idea of this entire stream slash series, is to make it less flat. It would be more inconvenient to mine trees, but in the overall essence of things, it would be more ideal to just make the world less flat. So I think that's what we should start focusing on, is making the world less flat. Also today we're going to be working on cutting some of these farms down. But before we do anything else, we are going to mine for some more cobblestone, because we are going to need to get some cobblestone for our cobblestone farm. So maybe I should start tearing up this floor, because eventually this will be going. But how the design works is actually pretty simple. What it does is the lava goes on top of the lava's like floating in the air. And I believe it goes on top of a stream of water. And then all you do is you just, I think it's F3T, right? That's what reloads it. So if you hold F3, if you're holding your click button, or wait, if you hold your click button and press F3T, it automatically mines. Does that still work? No, it does work, but you have to be like hitting something. So if we go like this, F3T, which reloads your texture pack mod. Oh, there we go. So it still does work. Okay, perfect. It's not really a glitch. Once you tab out of anything or go to your inventory, it just cancels it. But it reloads your mod, or not your mods. It reloads your texture pack, and that will allow you to somehow keep hitting. So you could just, so how it works is you're gonna grab the farm and you're just gonna stand here, press F3T, and then we could literally talk on stream and mine cobblestone instead of me holding the left click mouse button the entire time. But we're gonna work on that a little bit later. For now, we're just gonna have to keep our old poor setup here, and we're gonna make some more shovels. Unfortunately, the guide doesn't give us any Doesn't give us any what you call I don't know. I'm all over the place. We're looking. Unfortunately, we don't have any wandering traders, and we need him to come here and give us some other tree types. Is what I'm trying to say. And I also wanted to say that our villager doesn't give us any shovels, but that's not really a thing to complain about. The villager not giving us shovels because if the villager gave us shovels, then we wouldn't be able to get more pickaxes. So there's a little trade off on their effects for our weapon or a weapon staff or however you want to call it. Armor. It's not an armor because we already do have an armor. It's called Toolsmith. I think that's his official name. So we're just gonna dig out all of this stuff, and then we're gonna go into working on our little cobblestone generator, a better featured one. I think that cobblestone generators are something that I'm not really too used to because, as for most people, cobblestone generators you probably really don't need because most people's normal Minecraft world, cobblestone generators, you don't need them because you can just literally go underground and mine. For people that are just tuning into the series and don't know what a super flat world is, the world is 3 blocks, technically 4 blocks. It's a grass block, a dirt block, and then there is bedrock. You don't believe me? Then just go back to any of the other streams. I'm not going to dig down right now to show you, but that is definitely what the world is. Also, I don't know if I want the world to be sort of uneven here because you see how there's a torch over there and there's not a torch ending over here? My OCD might have a little bit of a heart attack, but for now, we're just going to leave it. Hopefully your OCD and heart attack doesn't freak out because mine's starting to freak out. But it is what it is. It generally is what it is for right now. We don't even literally have the blocks to fix it, but one day we will, and hopefully will be this today's stream. Crypto types in the chat saying quotes. Not gonna lie, I'm genuinely surprised that I'm not sick right now because my roommates has COVID. Because both of my roommates have COVID, I should start getting displaying systems, but I have not. I'm still holding in somehow. Well, that is good to know. One of my friends from work has COVID and asked me to fill in for a shift, but I didn't even see his message. Would I call him my friend because he did misspell my name? I don't know about that. But he was also sick, so I give people a benefit of a doubt if they're spelling something while they're sick. Hopefully they get a fast and healthy recovery as soon as possible so they can get back to living this beautiful life of ours. And I hope you don't get sick. Take some zinc vitamin pills. Take some vitamin C. You want to take those things before you get sick because they actually help your immunity before you get sick. Now, this is not just directed towards you, Cripsa. This is directed to literally anybody that is watching. Yes, once you are sick, you are unfortunately semi-cooked. So you gotta start getting these vitamins in your system as soon as possible. And you taking stuff before you get sick, you also will, prevent you being sick more often. How do you relate to this for people that don't know? It's like, for example, if I gave you a test right now to pick up a Mini Cooper with your bare human strength, and you can't pick up the Mini Cooper at this exact time, then you weren't doing the proper training. Now, Claude, there's no plan of me ever picking up a Mini Cooper. There's no point of that. Well, most people don't plan on getting COVID. Most people don't plan on getting any sort of disease in their life, but you end up getting those diseases, and everyone will have a chance. The only way to do that is to give yourself the most optimal humanly formed, protection and or what's it called? Things, I like to say protection, but I wouldn't say protection like just putting yourself in the best situation. Now, most people, like I said, do not plan on getting, sick and stuff like that. But People do get sick. People do get sick. And Claude, what I did all that and all this, the Mini Cooper story relates back to you need to work out every day. If you don't work out every day, you're going to get flabby skin. You're going to get old, and you're not going to have those muscle memories to retain it. Working out also apparently helps with preventing Alzheimer's disease because you are training not only your physical body, but your mental body of doing repetitive, hard tasks every day. And that apparently helps you from getting some of those diseases. But, you know, so you still might work out every day and still get Alzheimer's. You still might take vitamin C and vitamin D, zinc pills, and you still might get COVID. You still might get the flu. You still might get this thing. It happens. You can get vaccinations and all these other things too, and you still might get those viruses. It prevents your things. It is training for your body. Not condoning or doing anything, especially with it being a hot topic, but you are training your body to prevent stuff from happening by taking pills or vitamin C in this. Now, if you're taking negative pills and negative things to your body, you are also training for it to, not survive very long. And, you only get one life in this world, so you can, if you can prevent it, you can prevent it. Oh, Liam's here. We got to end the stream, guys. Thanks for watching. What's going on, Liam? Thanks for coming out to the stream. All right, let's go to YouTube while Liam's here. There's a very good transition to Minecraft Auto Cobbles or Minecraft Cobblestone Generator. I can't remember what I was called. This is why I should have looked it up before stream, but it was relatively simple to do. I think it was Mysticat. I believe that's who it was. I believe it was Mysticat. And then everyone says, but this is how this is how your cobblestone burns. This is how this burns. Oh my, people just complain, brother. Damn. Brother, damn. Literally stop complaining. Everyone complains all the time. You can have two things in this life. You can complain about everything. You can complain about your life. You can complain about politics. You can complain about this. You can complain about yourself. You can complain about this and this. Oh my God. I know it sucks. I know it sucks. Holy crap. I complain. Just get over it, bruh. Like, just get over it. You can keep complaining. You just make your life terribly miserable. Get the hell out of my life. Okay, I understand that everyone, including myself, is going to have some downtimes in their life, and it is okay to complain. But to keep complaining every single day of your life, brother, get over it. Brother, get over it. Do something different, brother. If you complain every day of your life about something, you can get over it. Now, if it's, some things you can't get over. Some things are just a matter of a fact. And it is what it is. But you can try to change and, have a better attitude. I mean, oh my God. I'm not saying I'm the most positive person in the world. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is complaining every damn time is just ain't it, Chief. Ain't it. Like, I see people get consumed by things all the time. I'm like, brother, damn. Chill. Wasn't that funny? Liam literally joined and then we pretended like we left the chat. Wasn't that funny? What's going on, Liam? I hope you're doing well. What happens if Liam came in, said hello, saw me ending the stream, and then he just said screw it, and he just left? Oh my God, that would have been funny. Oh my God. Oh my God, if that happened, by the way. Oh my God, I'm sorry, Liam. If that happened and you joined the stream and he's like, Liam's here, I'm leaving. I'm sorry, that was funny. I mean, I'm sorry, Liam. I'm sorry. Whew. I thought that was a good joke, and I am laughing at my own joke. Crips is laughing at the joke as well. Whew. That would have been a good one. All right, we're going to waste a little bit more of our iron or use our iron to our benefit. And we're going to go from there. Okay, so I did want to change our farm a little bit. I did want to make our cobblestone generator. This generator was made by Mysticat. Mysticat, I will have to add it to the description. I can actually change the description right now. We're going to call this a Mysticat farm. This was 4 years ago. This was designed in 1.16/1.17, and we're gonna call designed by Mysticat, and I hope it works here. So it's Mysticat is lowercase, and I'm gonna copy the thing. This is where I was getting with the people being negative. The negative was to this comment. This is the whole reason why I went on that little negative rants. So in the comments section here, that Mysticat decided to not only, make a YouTube tutorial for his fans, for the record, for the general public, for the Minecraft enthusiasts that are looking for help, they decide to go complain on my man, Mysticat. Mysticat literally made a tutorial on how to make an auto self cobblestone farm. If anybody played Minecraft in their entire life, they know that a cobblestone generator is not 100% return rate, okay? I'm sorry, everybody. A cobblestone Minecraft generator does not have a 100% turn rate. But, Claude, there's other ones that are better. Then go make the other better ones. Some people in this life don't give a bling bong. Some people are perfectly adequate. Some people, work a job that they absolutely hate every single day of their life and complain about it every single day of their life, and they make no change of doing it. But, Claude, sometimes people can only get one job in their life. You're telling me that if you work one job in your entire life, you're not going to try to improve it in any sort of way? Like, you're telling me you work at one job for 10 years of your life, you haven't learned any vital skills in those 10 years to then maybe learn some skills on YouTube, or maybe learn some skills at the workplace that you could probably apply to somewhere else and use those skills, that benefit of the 10 years of experience, to promote yourself to get the bling one out of the job you hate. Some people just like being in bad situations. In this life, guys, you can only help some people so much. I mean, sometimes people literally I'm crashing out today. It's PvPs. I am crashing out. Some people some people like just being pissed off. Okay, some people like being mad for no reason all the time. You can't change it. It is what it is. I mean, it literally comes down to, it is what it is, my brother. I mean, I don't know, but hey, you want to be mad all the time? Go ahead. I mean, just do not be here. And see, I'm being mad right now. I am being mad right now, but it is what it is. You can't change people every time. You can tell people a million things, and boom, people are bling blong. You're telling me you work at a job for 10 years of your life and you absolutely hate it, and I understand that you need the job because you need to pay your rent, you got to pay your child support, you got to pay your child's thing. If you don't have child support, you got to pay your lighting, your electricity, your Wi-Fi, your this, your that. You telling me after 10 years you can't figure out how to lower that bill in any sort of way, and you can't figure out how to use that job experience to maybe get a job in a different field, or maybe in a different area, or maybe a different path? I mean, that's on you. I understand you got to work it 2, 3, 4 years, and you might hate it because you need to do it. I understand that. We all have been in that situation. And if you haven't been in that situation, you got to remember that people are in that situation. But you're telling me after 5 years at least doing that, you can't figure out how to. That's on you. All right. I'm going to read some comments here because I need to catch up on some things. PvP says, the only thing I have consumed all the time is Taco Bell. Well, I mean, my brother. I have a meatball sandwich on my desk and I still have to finish it. Oh my God. Why are you guys telling me that? I need to eat. What's up, Liam? Liam, not funny. That was not funny, that joke we played on it. Also, still up at 7 p.m. Isn't that nice that the sun is up later? Oh, man. I agree, Liam. It is very nice that the sun is up later. Hate being inside until 5, Cripsa says, and now it's 7 p.m. and the sun is still out. Claude is having cobblestone crash out. They have to keep on making widgets. I finished frying fries, Sith Lord says. All right, let's start working on, speaking of frying, let's start working on frying some cobblestone, shall we? Now, we only have one bucket in this world, and we also only have one hopper. Now, we could make more hoppers. I understand. We could make more hoppers. But we are going to be running low on supplies, and I don't want to make an iron farm until really I'm being a self-masochist. You know how I was talking about I'm being a self-masochist about, like, people hating their thing? I don't hate my situation right now, but if I did hate my situation and I start complaining about iron every single stream about me not having any, and I decide to not make an iron farm after I say it every single stream multiple times during a stream, then that's not me. I don't hate the situation that I'm in. I actually am like sort of liking the little struggle that we're having here. Okay? Just wanted to say that, just give you a comparison. But if I start struggling for iron and I need to bling long on iron, I'm going to go make a cobblestone farm. I mean, I'm going to go make it. Or I mean, an iron farm. Okay, so this is our farm. I do want our farm to continue rolling on. I think this is probably where we're going to stop this right about here. So maybe we build the cobblestone generator right about here. This is a little bit of a small area. There are problems with somehow the lava setting things on fire, so maybe I wouldn't. But this is relatively safe. I mean, it's not perfectly safe, but I want to move it closer from there. So... and I don't want it close to the slimes because I hate hearing the slimes. I would rather hear the non-slimes do it. Yeah, you know what? Let's build it here. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we have a catastrophic fire, shall we? So I'm going to pull up the Mystic Cat video, and we're going to see what we need. So we need 64 blocks, 4 stairs, 8 chests, 1 sign, 4 hoppers, 3 buckets, 2 water, 1 lava. So what we're going to do is we're going to place down the chests, which I believe the chests are just going to push stuff into the hoppers are going to go into the chest. Unfortunately, we really don't need that because I really don't need that. And then I need to place blocks all around the hoppers. Okay, so let's grab our cob. Oh, should we make this, like, fancy and not make it out of cobblestone? Oh, goodness me. How do you make a stone cutter? Do they remove stone cutters? What is it called? Is it not called a stone cutter? Sometimes I hate Minecraft, bro. Stone cutter. Stone cutter requires 1 iron, and it requires smooth stone. Yeah, we're not making that. Never mind. Changing my mind. We're doing just cobblestone. We are just doing cobblestone, y'all. Okay, so I'm going to eventually put a fence here. And or, you know what? Screw it. We're not putting a fence there. We're going to place, this will be my walking path to get out. So what we'll do is we will put a wall here. Put a wall here, and we have, there is a hopper here, hopper here, hopper here, hopper here, and then our chests, which I don't know which side. Do we want to mine on this side or we want to mine on this side? Maybe we'll mine on this side because I kind of like looking at that. So let's go and put our chests here. Even though most of these chests will be non-used because we don't have those supplies, but it's fine. We're going to place those there, and then we're going to round this off just like so. And then the next thing that we're going to do in the tutorial is we're going to place another set of blocks on top of it, and we're going to, I guess, put the stairs here for these. And the stairs go normal down, and the stairs then I believe get the water placed inside of it. So let's make some stairs. Do I already have pre-cobblestone stairs anywhere? I just want to make sure. This is like my hub, so eventually this probably won't be my hub, but for now it is going to be my hub. So we need to place another row of stuff down like so. Then we're going to place downstairs like so, and then we're going to grab our lava, and we're just going to tuck this into here, and we're going to grab some and we're going to place this down. Goodbye, old cobblestone farm. That's going to get completely turned up into a field. And we're going to place some water in here. Just, I'm just a little jealous because, how come that the British people get the cool little accents, Did anybody think about that? Why do British people get cool accents and us Americans don't? It is what it is, I guess, right? It is what it is. All right, we'll put some water here. These will have to be Like I said, these will eventually have to be hoppers, but we don't have hoppers at this time. So the problem is we're going to probably need to make slabs. And if I have a slab there, can we pick up items? Question mark. Is that a possibility? Say I put a slab here. We're just going to ruin our farm field because, you know, we're testing here. And unfortunately, it is what it is. It is what it is, y'all. It is what it is. But if I place down, let's place some apples in here. Apples. What happens? I picked that one up. That wasn't a problem. That wasn't a problem. How am I gonna be able to pick those up? You know what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna make the old-fashioned auto picker. When I'm mining, I'll just come over here and pick it up, Gripsa. Okay? I'll just go grab it like that. Let's read some of these comments here. Your cobblestone is cooked. Liam says, Sith Lord additionally adds, I cut the potatoes by hand looking in food. My dad used the Holland Grill brand to grill the chicken. God, I love the food chats. Oh my God, this looks awesome. Oh my lord, this looks... Oh my God, that looks so good, Gripsa. Or sorry, Sith Lord, my bad. Sorry, mispronounced. Cool, Sith, don't forget the salt. There's enough salt. I heard bling long. I used a McDonald's trick like using salt. Popcorn salt. Look, Sith. Good Sith. Sith Lord with chicken smoked. Gripsa says, not gonna lie. Sky today is quite beautiful. We are having lingering clouds over, finally clearing up with a high bunch. A lot of it has illuminated the sky where it breaks through, Gripsa says. Not really, but the slow cooked on a treat with the Holland with 2 styles of sauces my dad uses. Carolina treat on my plate and Big Mo's. Different flavors, both good, Sith Lord adds. Who said that was nice? Who says that was nice? That's what I'm talking USA! 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 That's what I'm talking. That's the answer that I'm looking for. That's the answer that I'm looking for. Okay. So, Mr. Cat then goes and we add another set of blocks on top of it. And then inside here, we place the lava in the middle. And the reason why he said he placed the lava in the middle is it's easier to, not only is it easy, it's fat, like, it makes stone quicker. Now, I think Mr. Cat defaultly made his stone and his cobblestone in his world to stone, but I could be wrong. I guess we'll find out here in a couple seconds. By the way, if we catastrophically mess up, we have one more lava close by. We do have 2 more lava sitting in a village that I cannot remember where it's at. I think it's over there. But other than that, we have 4 lava sources in the world, so if we done goof, we done goof. So let's hope we don't done goof. Where is the signs? I definitely have signs. Now, we could do this from either side, but considering I don't have unlimited hoppers, what we're going to do is we're just going to do this on the one side for now. So, we're going to place some blocks like so. And then we're going to put some torches up here. We don't have to put torches because it's going to be lava. Okay. We're going to be doing some lava here. Place this down like so. And we're going to grab some dirt blocks and we're going to yeet ourselves to the top. And we're going to place the lava here. Oh, it does actually turn into stone. Wow, really? I didn't realize that. Because it's not a full source block. That's the thing. I didn't think it was a full source block, so I guess not. Also, with that being said, the water might not come all the way around, so I might need to finesse another water path, but that's fine. I'm not really too worried about that. I guess I can make that here. I sent a photo in Discord referring to my point of statement. I saw that right before I went to the food chat because I was already defaultly on there. I just want to say we have the best Discord community out there. Okay, so I'm going to place the water like this, and if the water doesn't come, you know, we can just pick it up. But Claude is not a man. Oh my god, get over it, brother. We don't have the iron. We don't have the iron. Claude, I want to buy an Xbox 360. Go ahead. How much does an Xbox 360 cost? $1 million? But I don't have it $1 million. Well, then it ain't. It is what it is. It is what it is, my brother. So we're going to press F3T while holding left click. We come back into the game, and we should automatically... Oh my, look at this! Look at this. We don't even have to move. Now, the one problem I don't like with this is... Oh, I guess I could do this. I guess I could look. Okay. I should do this because this is a hardcore world. And remember, if I die, I die. So, hopefully that doesn't happen. We're going to sit here for a little bit until our pickaxe breaks. But look at this. We don't even have to do anything. Literally do not have to do literally anything. This is just a game, in-game glitching. Not glitching. We're using the reload texture pack feature, which is F3 plus T while holding left click. And you just goes. Let me look at Cripsa's picture on my phone for the Discord just to relook, but it would look really nice. You know, I actually like the sun being out later in the day. It is a nice feature. Yeah, I saw your picture. Isn't that beautiful? The sun setting over there already. Oh, you know what I needed to tell you guys before I forget? Speaking of popcorn salt, I think is what you said. Where's my weekly to-do list? My weekly to-do list had something I needed to check off right now before I forgot. Here it is. I have so much to do every single week. Perks of getting old, right? When does a person become Unk? 30? Or does a person become Unk before that? Because I'm pretty close to both. Okay. Watch the epic movie. I told Sith Lord about this last night. Sith Lord was asking when the next time we're going to stream on the Bastion Realm is. I'm not sure when we're streaming on the Bastion server next, but we will be doing it sooner than later. Let me put it that way. But I did go see the epic movie, the epic Elvis movie that I saw in theaters today. I'm going to give that movie a 6 or a 7 rating. 6, 7 rating. And the reason why is... I loved what they did with the movie in terms of bridging a story of a dead person. That's a documentary on a person that... I think this movie was better than the Elvis movie that they made with terrible Tom Hanks is what he was in that role with the Colonel. He was absolutely terrible on that. I thought Stephen Butler was fine, but... Yeah, Tom Hanks as the Colonel was B.A.D. He was bad, but I thought the Elvis movie was... It was okay. I mean, this one I would say is a 6 or a 7 rating. The problem is I mean, it was okay, but the first 20 or 15 minutes, in my opinion, didn't really need to, per se, be there, but that was just like the first 15 to 20 minutes. If you were not an Elvis fan before and you've watched those first 15, 20 minutes, you would have probably thought it was an eternity. It was long. And as an Elvis fan, it was long. The first like 15, 20 minutes, it was long. I know what they did, and it was not like it was bad in terms... It just was long. It just was just too long. Maybe if it was a couple minutes, it would have been fine, but for the amount of length that they used, it was too long. I thought that their little, it was Elvis in concert. It's called Epic. It's called Epic. Elvis Presley in concert is what it stands for. Um, I really did like what they did. They took the journalist behind the scene interviews and mashed them together for him to do the narration over it. I thought that was really well done. I liked how they did the mixing and stuff. I think that was really the big bulk of the movie, and I thought that was really good. I thought that was really good. But the problem is the way they ended it with the voiceover of the other person that is unknown to us. At least they don't tell you in the movie unless you had some prior knowledge to it. They ended it terribly. They ended it terribly with just that whole poetry thing, just of pure negativity. And then they had a couple spits in between his little voiceover things that didn't make sense. They spent too long on um they spent two, by the way, when I'm doing this, I should be harvesting cobblestone. But I wanted to check how much cobblestone we got. We got 12 here, and we got stack in. So we did lose some. We did lose some, but we did get a lot just from sitting there. But all right, let's continue doing this while we're sitting here talking. This is the point of this is the entire point of me doing this, is to work on, like, talk while doing things. But I thought it was a little too long. I would give it a 6 or a 7 rating. I think it was 7 overall. I did like how they took all the journalist interviews from Elvis and they put it together to make a comprehensive story of somebody that has been dead for a very long time. I thought that was really well done. I thought that they also shone light to more of Elvis' side that people didn't know before, at least the mass public, unless you follow it like I do. Everyone follows things differently. Cripsa loves trains. She watches trains all the time. Sorry about that. She watches trains all the time on that. But the thing is, I don't follow trains. They just drive. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's different ones. I understand that, but I'm not like a train enthusiast. Same thing with people with roads or highways or planes or trucks or etc. or different celebrities and different things. If you didn't know about Elvis before, I think this would have helped you. This also did help if you were a previous Elvis fans, because they did play a lot of songs that Elvis Presley that you did not know, and the covers that he did. For most people that do not know, Elvis Presley not only was a very popular artist, but Elvis Presley was considered a cover artist to people that don't know that. I mean, every band in the entire world doesn't really understand the concept that artists sing other artists' songs all the time. But Elvis was probably one of the main cover artists of all time. He did have songs of other things. Now, don't get me started through the entire terminology of hound dog, and I will just wrap this up for you, and you can believe whatever you want to believe. But I did do the research. I did check out the Rolling Stone article. I did check out the New York Times article, the Washington Post article, and a few other things. And from my conclusive evidence, this is what it is. The Hound Dog song was originally made by two Jewish artists. One was on that ship, the Anatolia, I believe it was, or the Ancolia, or something like. Holy shit! It's time to go to sleep. Oh my god, get out of F5! Thank you, llamas. This is why you stay in F5. What happens if that was a creeper? We need a fence there now. ASAP. This is probably not close. This is probably way too close. So we're gonna place a thing here. I used to be the person that say I have to craft everything by hand. No, it's way more convenient at doing it this way. I don't care. Sorry, y'all. You can get over it. But we definitely need more torches around this area just overall. I didn't realize how exposed we were. And then I can go back on my rant, can I? If you guys will allow it. Look at that. What happens if that creeper came over here? That would have been game over. I don't know how I don't know how it was. Okay, let's go back to getting as much cobblestone as we possibly can, shall we? Auto cobblestone. So Hound Dog was originally created by two Jewish artists back in the day, and they never performed the songs themselves, but they were on the ship that sank that got hit by the sideswiped, and I think it was in I can't remember where it was. I think it was Greece. It was a big ship that got sliced in half, and people fell through the ship, and they both sank. The Anacolia, I think it was, or something like that. They wrote the song and they sold it to I would like to say a boy band, but it wasn't a boy band. They sold it to a band exclusively made up of men. They gave it to that band. They originally recorded the first album. The second person that recorded it is where this huge controversy comes from, at least in America. Came from Big Mama. Big Mama recorded the album second, and she recorded it, and it didn't need the first two artists never really did very well, but they still did okay. Then the third person to record it was Elvis, and Elvis didn't even know Big Mama even existed when he got it, but he didn't even know that the song was there. He was told and was shown the album from the producers that wanted him to sing their song, that but they showed him the guy's album, not her cut. Later on, Elvis would get sued by Big Mama's corporate things for stealing her song, and then it turned out in the court of law that she didn't own the song, and that it was owned by the two Jewish record people, because they owned the lyrics and the rights to the song. Because remember, most people do not own their own music in the music industry. Watch, this stream is going to get me banned for exposing the music industry, but most people do not own their own music in the music industry. And even though they lost Big Mama, Elvis still ended up giving her, I think, $300,000, which I don't know how much that would be equivalent to today's money, but I'm going to say a lot of money. But that's the whole story of that. But yeah, long story short, Elvis cover artist. I could say that movie Epic was probably a 6 or a 7. I mean, it wasn't that. It was good, but I mean, I would not go back to watch it, and I'm an Elvis fan. They showed you some songs that you don't normally see, and if you were a fan of those songs, you would go back. But no. If you die, is it over? This is a hardcore world. If you die, it is over. You are correct. The meat is falling off the bone. I'm talking tenderism, as Sith Lord says. Person becomes Unk when his brother or sister has a baby. Cutoff for Unk stats is like 35, to be honest. So wait, you become Unk at 35, or you are like grandpa after that? Thank you for very much. I refuse to drive since moving all so especially relying on a discipline. Yeah, see, if you are in the position of you do not need a car in some of these great cities if you are doing continuous same destination things. I agree. For my field, as a media person, we are at a different spot every day, at a different time, at a different place, at a different thing. And you might need to be at a place now. So it's a little different. But I believe that public transportation needs to be everywhere. It needs to be more accessible. Then maybe I might use it more. But I'm not doing the same consistent thing every single day. Soon I will be, but still, I don't need that kind of consistent. I mean, no reasonable justification to taking local buses all the way to Washington. To be honest, I like more trains more than buses, Liam says. I prefer trains too. They are a lot easier than buses, and they change what happens. You become Unk at 35, Cripsa says. You heard it here first, folks. Unk's dad knows what. Oh, no. I'm guessing I'm grandpa. Yes, literally a grandpa though. Shout out grandpa. Shout out grandpa check. That's pretty cool though. How does it feel being a grandfather? Now that you saw your kids get raised, did do you think that your kids are good enough to raise a child? I'm sure you do. I don't think you have any doubt about it. But that's like a cool life experience that probably not many people have asked you. I like to ask people that have kids right away, specifically men, not women. I like to ask guys that have kids right away and say, what's your first thing about becoming a father that what advice would you give to somebody? I said, like, I'm not having a kid anytime soon, but I'm just curious about the advice. And then they always start telling me some very good stories about it. And they're just different perspective on life. Especially that I know people that didn't have a kid and then I ask them after the fact. But I'm sure you feel some sort of similar things. Owning a car in Northeast practically is like owning urban cores is like sacrilegious. All right, right when this pickaxe breaks, we're going to move on to our next. We're actually going to start building with some of these blocks. But yeah, this is very nice doing this without actually moving our hands. All right, we should be good now. Let's take a look and see how many. And now we have extra pickaxes, so we can actually use the pickaxes that we have bought. This comes for a full circle. All right. We didn't really get as far here. That's why we only picked up like 14 because the stone pickaxe obviously mines slower. But look at this. All that just by standing there. Isn't that great? That's way better than that one. And I don't have to hurt my hands for doing that. Now, we do have some more armor here that I'm probably going to never use. Now, I'm going to ask you guys, I'm going to ask everybody in chat the question, which one do they prefer and which one do they like more? So this will be coming down to your guys' choice. You guys get to pick the outline of this. And whatever you guys like is what we're going to do. I want it to be a poll. So Zach Daily Games wants to do it with slabs. I wanted to do it like the old-fashioned way. But we are going to let you guys choose. So what does that mean? So what we're going to do is we're going to have our tree farm, obviously. For if you're not up to speed, we're going to have a tree farm. We can have two options. We can have it all be filled with cobblestone like so. All of it be filled with cobblestone except for the tree placements. We're going to place a tree here. We're going to place a tree here. Place a tree there. Place a tree here. But it's going to be all cobblestone. Or option number 2 is this is still a dirt block because we're going to place a tree on it. And we're going to have to place this as a block here because we're going to have to obviously have a torch on it. Or should we have it all become cobblestone slabs except for this, which is the tree the light goes on and the trees grow on that one? Which one do you think would look better and which one would you like to go with? I will let you guys choose in chat now. While you guys are choosing, I am going to... I needed to grab something, but I couldn't remember what I was going to grab. I don't know what I was going to grab. I knew what I was going to grab. I'm going to open this up in a couple minutes. I got this, and I want to review this on a little video, on a video for the Patreons at some point. I say that, but I don't know if I'm going to actually do that because I'm going to do it on stream right now. I will actually record a video for the Patreons so you can see my face. I won't give a float or an answer. And the reason why I said float is I bought Cherry Float Coca-Cola. It is cherry vanilla flavored and other flavorings. I'm a big fan of cherry vanilla, and I like Coke, and I bought this thinking that it was diet / zero sugar. Unfortunately, it is not diet nor zero sugar. It is 150 calories with 42 grams of sugar. And yeah, I haven't opened one, but I'm gonna open it and I'm gonna try it today, and or I'm gonna sip it on stream. But I will do a full review, I guess, at some point. Okay, what I did want to do outside of that is I wanted to grab some of these thingies. What are these things called? They are called charcoal, and I wanted to make a new set of torches. Now I might have torches sitting in a box somewhere. I genuinely cannot remember, but we're gonna turn all these into torches. And how do we get charcoal in us only, or how do we get charcoal in the only world? How do we get charcoal? Well, charcoal's easy. You put wood in here. You take a stack of logs of any type of log, and you cook it like this. One plank and one log gives you exactly one. That's exactly how long the fire goes, is to make one. It does last a little bit longer, so maybe it is a little bit more efficient than I thought. But you could put in anything. If you want to put in oak fences in here, you can. You want to put in, I believe, oak fences, you can. If you can't do that, you can put sticks in. You can put in wooden tools for sure. So you can cook other things in a world if you desperately needed to cook something. You could. All right, but let's take a look at let's clear a little bit of inventory out, and we're gonna go from there. And let's see what you guys are saying in chat as well. Liam says that the full block will look the best, which I personally agree. And then Sith Lord saying option 2, which is the slab option, would look the best. Zach D the Game said that the slabs would look the best, and we're in a two-way tie here. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place some slabs down on the back half, and I'm gonna place blocks in the front, and we're gonna just see how it looks once these trees grow in. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna not do the full thing, but I'm gonna do just these little 2 rows right here and do that. Also, I know there's a crafting table literally right there and right there, but I'm gonna place another crafting table down right here. Because I think it is very useful to have crafting tables in your Minecraft world, and I'm not going to run around the entire map to go get them if I can literally just build another one. I have a tree farm, y'all. It's not a super flat world where I only have 100 trees. It's a super flat world with as many trees as I want. If I want to go place these trees everywhere, which I eventually will, I'm going to do that. But I'm going to wait for some other trees. I need a wandering trader to show up, man. I know I missed some of your chats from earlier, and I do need to go back and finesse them and read them up. But I will do that in a second. Let me place this here. Place this here. Place this here. And then this will be our little slab section, and we'll see how everything turns out. We'll see how everything turns out soon. And then I can close this down right here. I can minimize. Let me just close the tab. I don't need it open anymore. Shout out Mysticat for the tutorial design. Mysticat, if you ever want to live stream with me, let me know. Okay. And then we're going to put torches there. I thought Sith Lord said something about a wandering trader, that I needed to get something from wandering trader. I pray you find a wandering trader with stalagnite. Thank you. That's what I wanted to see. I know you typed it. I didn't read it out loud, but I definitely read that. Yeah, I'm looking. Well, after you reminded me of that, I definitely... Stalagmite, I definitely want. That is going to be something I need to do. Speaking of stuff I need to do, and I need to do now, because we are streaming, and I am trying to get rich in this world. So, what we're going to do is, we're going to make ourselves... Well, we already have a chest here, so I really don't have to worry about it, but... I'm going to make this chest, and I'm going to dump all these items in here, because I need to do some harvesting, and I need to do some trading. So, we're going to dump those in there. I'm going to take some of these charcoal out, and I'm going to throw this in this farm over here, and we're going to start cooking up some patatas. We're going to start cooking up some potatoes. and start getting that stuff going. I need to. This should all be fully harvested. Now I know some of those aren't harvested. I just placed them back down, but I want to start growing some stuff, and I want to start doing some trading, and I want to start getting rich here on the world. And the only way we could do that and try to get our diamond pickaxe sooner than later is by literally getting some more items. Um, McTatoes, yeah. You know, I can't say it right now. 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 Can't say it right now. Can't say it right now. But I will be able to say it eventually. Can't say it right now. You know what? Another thing that we got to do is we got to knock down this farm and start working on making a bigger farm, which we can make a bigger farm as far as the eye can see, which I think is what we will do eventually. And now I know zombies could probably come around that side, but I think I should have enough awareness to stop them. And thankfully it was a zombie and not a creeper. That could have been so bad if it was a creeper that came in earlier. Could have been horrendous. Could have been game ending. I do think if we have all diamond armor, which we do have, I think that we will be fine if a creeper blows up to us. We do have blast protection on our helmet, so we should be fine. But, you know, I'm not a big fan of risking things if I don't have to. You know, there was another thing that I saw, too, that Zach had was, when you start watching your favorite YouTubers stream Minecraft again, it just inspires you to do better things and, like, challenges you. But he had that auto, it makes bone meal. I think I'm going to eventually to do that. I have no use of bone meal because I don't like wasting. But it's better than just have all the seeds sit in there. I mean, the seeds are just sitting in there, and they're going to sit in there probably forever. But, yeah. You got to risk it for the brisket. Oh my god, imagine some brisket right now. Owning a car in the Northeast. I will not have kids unless it's cats, Sith Lord said. That's what most people say. And then they end up having kids. You shouldn't have kids unless you are in the right situation and the right things. Let's put that out loud. Let's put that into the air. Liam is saying that the sun is going down. Yeah, it's getting close. I do want to do some trading here, though. I want to try to get some trading going. But yeah, I am liking this series, and I am liking doing these kind of non-super planned streams. Most of my streams aren't planned anymore. Except for, like, the Bastion ones, which are kind of planned. Kind of planned. Just makes the game fun. And I know for a fact, me not saying when the stream is going to happen, I know it's not fun for everyone else. But it was very difficult for me to say, oh, the stream's going to happen, and then I'm sitting there all day like, ugh. Oh, I gotta go stream now at this time. Like, But now knowing that I don't have to stream at a certain time every single day, or at a certain time, just makes me feel way more comfortable. I didn't want to put all my wheat in there. I just wanted to leave, like, let's leave just one stack of wheat. Let's just leave one stack of wheat, and we'll trade everything else away. I wanted to keep a supply of emeralds around as well. So that if a wandering trader does show up, that we can, buy stuff. I have no, if wandering trader shows up, I am kind of screwed. Okay, he reset his trades. Now, I think he's the only potato guy that we have. I will save the wheat for now. Let's see if he goes on discount. He does. You should always try to check and see if these guys go on discount while you're sitting around here. But once they're on discount, just keep trading with them because they can also go undiscounted. and they can start charging you more. But the wandering trader, the things that we are buying from the wandering trader is pumpkins and melons is priority. If there's a tree sapling that comes and other things, the first thing that is okay, let's see if he resets his trades. Nope, he didn't reset them. That's fine. Let's try again. There we go. Discount. Once we get a discount rolling, we're going to start buying. I think that wheat is probably should be one of our next priority grows. Carrots should not be a priority because even though the carrot guy comes around, it shouldn't be like our main crop because this guy only trades karates. Oh, dang it, I forgot to make his trades go down. Shoot, that was not big brain of me. So this guy trades potatoes or beetroot, wheat, potatoes, wheat, just carrots. This guy's an armorer who doesn't trade for anything. And then, yeah. So what we should do is we should just prioritize potatoes. We should do all of them. But we should mainly focus on wheat. Wheat should be a big thing. Beetroot should be a big thing. And potato should be a big thing. And carrot. I mean, they should all be a big thing, but mostly wheat. We should be mostly focused on wheat. All right, none of this. So how this works is we put the emeralds in here. He gets us some trades. I'm going to buy a couple extra of these pickaxes because I want to use them in my farm if we need to get stuff quickly. He is maxed out here. He's going to upgrade to an emerald one. Let's see what he gives us. Hopefully a iron axe or an iron shovel. A diamond axe! Efficiency 3, unbreaking 3. Oh my Lord. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, diamond axe. We got us a diamond axe. Oh my gosh. There we go, chaps. We need 28 more emeralds and we'll be able to get ourselves a diamond axe in Minecraft Superflat world where we can't get any diamonds normally. With a efficiency 3, unbreaking 3. It's not the world's, because we can get efficiency 5 is the best we can get, sure. But that's still pretty dang good. That is really good. We can take multiple efficiency axes and put them together and get an efficiency 5 one really cheap. That is a pretty good, solid Fortnite deal. Holy bling bling. Now we just got to get enough money to buy it. You see what I'm talking about, Liam? You see what I'm talking about, chat? You got to have enough money to buy these things. So that's why I wanted to leave myself a little bit of extra demons. But I'm going to get enough crops growing for some backup supplies here. And I'm buying a diamond axe on this stream because I don't think they do trade. They're not going to switch their trades. That's not going to ever happen. Now, Minecraft they're doing a villager update, which are going to limit villagers and mending villagers and all this stuff in their next update. They're going to be limiting books and trading styles and all these sort of things. So I don't know if that's going to be around while we're still playing in this world. But if we are, which I do hope to be alive in that, I hope to never die in this world. But, you know, if we die, we die. It could be, our stream could literally end today. Could have ended earlier. But if we do die, or then the series is over. But if we do die, the series is over. Maybe one day we will revisit the Superflat idea. I do like this idea. I do like this blah, blah, blah. But, you know, they're doing a whole villager update thing, and I don't want them to, like, get rid of the things and these. You know, the villager update could be literally anything. The villager update could literally be any new thing or any new theory in the game. So I just don't want it, you know, us to miss out on an opportunity, you know. So I want to buy it and get it and just keep it as long as we can. 15 minutes into one, though. I remember what that reference was to. Liam's gambling. Let me check my phone real quick. All right, let's open up our pop and let's give ourselves a little try here, shall we? Cherry Float Coke. If the Cherry Coke float wasn't on sale, it wouldn't be worth it. Let me put it that way. Save you guys some money. It's interesting. I'm happy that they finally added in a vanilla Coke. But if it wasn't on sale, it was like $6.49 for a 12 case. So, I mean, that I'm not going to complain about that. But, yeah, I don't think I would get that again. If it was on sale, I would. If the permanent price was like that, I probably would too. But I would definitely not buy that like $8 or $9 or $10. I went to Walgreens the other day in the city. Like in the city. Like in the city. And they had pop cans that were $1.50. But if you use your Walgreens number, you can get a 12 case for $12. Holy bling blong. $1 a can? What am I at a canteen? Where am I? I'm not getting this from a vending machine. Holy bling blong. Dang, you better stay alive. Oh, I'm staying alive for as long as I can. I mean, that's why when I was watching Zach Daily Games stream, even though he wasn't streaming this aspect of the game, he's sitting on making prop protection 4 villagers, and I go, why don't you just get the villager with the prop protection 4 armor on it? And then I go, wait, you could just do that. And then I sit there and I'm like, we got to stream. And then boom, I jump on after his stream and I start working on the thing. I think it was a day or two after, but still, it was, yeah. I mean, that feature is so underused. It wasn't specifically Zach's stream, because I do remember saying on the stream that I was actually watching the Sky Blacksmith Challenge, and that's what I saw, and the guy was trying to rotate the armors around and stuff like that. Which, sure, yeah, that is where I originally saw the idea. But when I was watching his stream on his world, I was like, let's get ready to do it. So before people call me and fact-checked me on that thing, that is, yeah, sure. Technically, I did see it in the Sky Blacksmith Challenge, and then I did it because of directly him. But I forgot about the feature, and then I was like, he's messing around with villagers, and then I was like, oh, yeah, you can do this. So forgive me, please. Don't ban me from my own stream. All right, what I like to do is I like to keep a row of potatoes up here. 9, like I said, 9 rows of potatoes so we can regrow them. So when these come around, I'm going to have to re-put them in this box here so that I can sell them later. Because I like these are like the seedlings, if you say. Those are seedlings. And we're going to knock that down, and we're going to get a lot more growing stuff here soon. So, but these ones we do not trade. We were trading them originally, but I'm not. It was slowing down production. It was slowing down grow things. It was not being efficient. And like if we all circle back to what I was saying earlier in the day, I could have just kept doing that same motto and kept complaining. But I'm done complaining, and I just made myself a lot more efficient. And I was complaining about getting cobblestone, and I should have made this before I made that huge farm. But we eventually did. Putting those slabs there, I thought I could pick the items up, but I guess it will give some light to it as well. I do want to make this farm a little bit bigger, like a plantation-size farm. I don't believe slimes will spawn on tilled ground, but I could be wrong, so that will limit us to going certain places. For example, I think slimes spawn there. They also... The slimes... See, okay, hold on. F3G. This F3G, you could see the command. Slimes definitely spawn in this chunk. They probably don't spawn in that chunk. Slimes 100% spawn in that chunk. And what I was doing with my farm, which is the XP farm, which is all the way over there, I place water down and the slimes don't come through. So if I place water in here, run away and come back, the slime shouldn't be there. I could also additionally place buttons down. I could also additionally place slabs down. I could additionally place all fences down and prevent them from spawning, but water is the cheapest option. And instead of me just saying in theory, let's just go do it and see what happens, shall we? Let's grab our bucket, which should be sitting in that other chest over here, and we're going to place some water down and see if that prevents them from spawning. But before we do that, I do want to continue trading, so let's keep getting some more emeralds and buy this diamond axe. Are these all the potatoes? Where did all my potatoes go? I thought I had a chest somewhere sitting here with all my loot. My looted. Let's see if he's still on discount. Please. 6 for 25. These villagers will give you some rip-off deals, okay? Sometimes they will, like, reset. Like, sometimes you'll stop right there and then he'll reset and go even lower. But not all the time. Not all the time. That's a huge tree farm. Isn't it? Yeah, isn't it? Like, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep making this farm larger and larger and larger and larger and larger and larger. We finally got ourselves a master villager over here. Master trader. Denoted by the diamond on him that he's wearing. They really don't give anything else except for the glistening melons and the golden carrots, which are the best food source of all of the game, other than the golden apples and then the golden notch apples, which can't be crafted, but golden apples can be. But it just... What's it called? It's not as... It's not worth it right now to do that, to buy a bunch of things. We are here to keep stuff rolling. All right, that's going to be probably enough trading for today on here. That guy actually might give us one more emerald for this wheat. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Yes, he will. He'll give us one more emerald because I did have that misplaced. And I do have emeralds sitting around somewhere. And whatever emeralds that I have missing placing around, which was, I think, about 20, that's fine. I'm going to leave those there, those misplaced ones. And those will be saved for a rainy day once we get ourselves a wandering trader that shows up. We bought ourselves a diamond axe. Congratulations. We're going to buy ourselves just some more cobblestone axes for our little our farm thing. But that was actually a really good I would say that's a good spot to end, but I'm not going to end right now. I love it how you flatlined literally while I was laying down in the bed. See, that's how I die in Minecraft. I die falling asleep. Oh, that would be a horrendous way to die in Minecraft, huh? Pass away in your sleep. I guess it wouldn't be horrendous. You know the worst thing that's even worse than dying in your sleep is Minecraft rain after you sleep. That means we gotta spend 10 minutes in the rain. 10 minutes in the rain wouldn't be that bad. Tada Sith for the yeet. 10 minutes in the rain wouldn't be that bad if it wasn't the rain. Ugh. Minecraft rain, bro. Ugh. Ugh. Alright, well, it is what it is. What we're going to do is we're going to place down our blocks here, and we're going to fill out this farm, and if we start to grow and we like the slabs, we're going to turn everything into slabs, and if we like the blocks, then we're going to turn all the slabs back into blocks. So we're just going to figure that out as we go, and then we're going to replace our trees down. I do want to cut down the acacia trees as well. I'm debating about I guess the farm still would be offset because this side doesn't have a torch and that side doesn't have a torch. That side has a torch and that has a torch. So I guess it does all work out in the end. But yeah, I do want to start cutting these acacia trees down. I think also with the acacia farm, I think the 3 blocks is probably fine, but there is a few times that some of these trees will grow over like this, and it's a little bit inconvenient, but it's not the end of the world. So hopefully, oh, man, I wish I had a cobblestone farm. I do, guys. Don't you worry. I'm looking in the wrong chest. Speaking of, where is this sign? I thought I had a sign sitting around somewhere over here. Unless I used it already. Did I use the sign already? There's no way I used the sign. There's no way I didn't. The sign's sitting in the chest somewhere and it's being annoying. This sign I use for that because that determines how much our farm's efficiency is. Unless it's sitting here. Here it is. I just wanted to get rid of this sign for 2 things. I wanted to put the sign here because in theory, it's going to produce light once we break the blocks. But we can also AFK on this side. It doesn't change the fact of anything. Just if we AFK on this side, more of the cobblestone is going to come on and fall down here. If we AFK on this side, the cobblestone all falls in that first chest. So eventually, one day, once we have more iron, we can do from either side. But I just want to put that in there for now before I forget. And I just only use one side. It's just there for, eventual need if we ever wanted to. We also might never use that feature as well. It should make it muddy. Yeah, I think that there should be a Minecraft feature that makes blocks muddy. There is a Minecraft feature that's, I don't think I have turned on, but I'm not sure if there's I don't know if we can get a snow biome in this. I think it is only Great Plains. I did check the other day on creative mode in a different world, in a different complete world that I don't own anymore, that you can get the, nether portal. You can get the nether portal. You can go to the end in this world. So that's good. And that was the reason that I wanted to do this challenge as well. The series does not end by me beating the Ender Dragon. The series ends when I die. Okay? Just letting everyone know. The series isn't over when we beat the Ender Dragon. The series is over when I die. And if I finally get sick of this world and I decide to yeet it in the game, that's an ending in itself too, but I won't do that. As I saw on one of my favorite YouTubers that said, I will not eat myself. So don't ever believe that if that happens. I agree, I won't also eat myself. But okay. Let's see. There we go. Boom. Thankfully, we made that farm. We actually had just enough amount of cobblestone to do that. I'm going to take all our stuff back over here. And I'm going to place down some saplings. And we're going to keep growing this farm. I want to cut down all of our acacia trees, though. So let's start cutting some of those bad boys down. The cool thing about hardcore mode is, which I like the most, is I said it in last stream. Is if I die, I don't have to worry about going back and picking my armor up. I don't have to worry about going back or making backup sets of armor. I don't have to worry about making backup sets of anything. If I die, I'm dead. It is over. I don't need backups of anything. It's just over. I would like to say that this was finished, but it is not. We are not done. We need to replace all these and place down cobblestone. Sith Lord asks, isn't there a feature in Minecraft where you could sleep during the rain? You cannot sleep, unfortunately, during a regular rainstorm. You can only fall asleep during a thunderstorm. Yep. I watched a lot of YouTubers that I've been watching recently, and I enjoy all their content. They do all these hardcore challenges. They do all these cool, little, fun, exciting things. Like, for example, one of the challenges is surviving on a super flat world. But they always end it with surviving in a super flat challenge world for 100 days. Surviving on a super flat challenge world until we beat the Ender Dragon. Surviving on a super flat world until we beat this. No, this is surviving on this world until we die. Surviving in a super flat world, you might as well just keep it on normal mode or hard mode. I mean, you should be able to just respawn on that. I mean, why play in hardcore mode if your challenge is only to live 100 days? Living to 100 days should be its own challenge in the game. There should be I just read that, Liam. There should be a game mode built into Minecraft where in the top left corner and the top right corner, doesn't matter, or even the bottom left or the bottom right, or you could choose where it is. But every day it goes by, there should be a big number 1 on your page, a big number 2, a big number 3. And there should be a 100-day challenge, because these 100-day challenge things have been extremely popular for a very long time. And you know what that would do? It would change the game. It would change the play, the meta of the game. And they could do some different creative challenges. The first 10 days, no mob spawn. The 20th days, certain mob spawn. So that means you gotta play the 100 days to do things. And these are some challenges. And maybe the last 100 days, the last 10 days, you finally get Enderman. So you can then go to the end. Like these sort of things. And in a 100 days challenge, if you sleep, you skip a day, pretty much. You skip half of a day. Sleeping skips half of a day. So you might want to play with phantoms on so you could prioritize getting more armor and stuff before you go to the end. A little bit of a challenge is a little bit of a different style of things, a little bit of a things that I think that could make the game fun and exciting. So, we're going to have to cut the acacia, let's cut the acacia trees down. Once we're done cutting the acacia trees down and replanting them, I think that's probably a good place to end the stream. I need to go eat some dinner. I wasn't planning on this being a super long stream, but we're going to cut these acacia trees down, and I think I'm going to yeet the stream there. Liam says, bring beds into the nether to yeet yourself. Yes. Liam knows the term. Liam knows the right usage of terminology. But I need to go eat some din. What am I going to have for dinner? That might be a good question that some of you may be asking. Well, a lot of people were talking about some good food that they had in the chat, but there is beef tacos sort of seasoned with the, it's not Taco Bell seasoning, but that kind of seasoning. Taco seasoning, that kind of taco seasoning. There's that out there. There is, what I was going to actually prioritize eating is some mozzarella sticks, frozen mozzarella sticks from Sam's Club / Walmart / whatever. Yes, Old El Paso. I think it is Old El Paso seasoning. If it's not Old El Paso seasoning, we do have Old El Paso taco shells. But I think it is Old El Paso seasoning. So, yeah. I might have that. But my main priority was to have mozzarella sticks. The only problem with mozzarella sticks is you definitely need to have pizza sauce with it, or marinara sauce. And if there isn't any in the fridge, marinara or pizza sauce, then I am going to switch it up, and I'm going to have the tacos instead. Sith Lord's asking, Fortnite ? I should be on later today. But when we do Fortnite, I should be on later today. I said should be, didn't say it is going to be a fact. Because I don't like planning things, because if I start planning stuff, because I don't know what's going to happen, because my job is not very consistent, unfortunately. There will be more consistency soon. But I want you to show me whatever you were going to show me in your stream last night. You were going to try to show me something, but I had to eat to sleep. So I want you to show me whatever it is in 5 or 10 minutes. If I do get on. Or the next time we get on, I want you to show me that in like 5 minutes, and then we'll go play Fortnite afterwards. When people start trying to show me shit at the end of the stream, or the little Fortnite things that we do, like at the end of the thing, it's overwhelming, and I gotta go to sleep. It's not like a negative thing. I understand you guys want to show me stuff. I'm not. I want to see stuff that you're showing me too, but I want to see it when my entire brain is there, if that makes sense. Not when I'm about to pass asleep. That's why I wasn't able to watch it yesterday. I think we used all of our stone axes, which is good. I don't think we have any stone axes here. Hopefully your job gives you a consistent paycheck. Liam, wow. Soon. Can't disclose anything, but soon there will be more answers to that. Yeah, I wish. Oh, man. Media field is... I don't know. I say this to people, and my friend literally just got a full-time job after busting themselves over 3 years doing this. I would say if you're trying to get in the media field, don't be trying to get into just general sports coverage and stuff like that. You need to prioritize your stuff, and if you're just trying to stick to sports, it's going to be tough. I will say it is going to be tough and very difficult, and you might not have some consistent paychecks. You need to start branching out and doing other things in the time frame. And I would recommend doing hard news. Police shot this person. Somebody got shot by the police. Police defended themselves. Building robbed. This happened. A car accident happened. This blah, blah, blah. That is what hard news is. Person killed. People killed. People yeeted. You know, there is so much money in that, but at the same time, they are downsizing in the business. I would say you would need to start prioritizing yourself into other things. So when you do have an opportunity to do sports, you have the hard stuff already out the way. Plus, news is just more consistent than sports coverage, and sometimes it is what it is, and people start freaking out, especially when people that I work with. I'm going to do a little rant. People that I work with want to go above and beyond streams, but they don't realize I've done this for many years. I've done this for a long time, actually. Now, over 4.5, 5 years, super professionally. If you count my university experiences, add 2016, 10 years in the business. Like, if you want to add everything, 10 years in doing media business, and sometimes they want to do crazy things, but I don't think people understand that there's a thing called a budget, and you might think that there's something really cool and creative, and that's just your style. That's what you think is cool, and I want to do all this. Unless you're going to go buy your own camera and stick a camera in a certain spot, or unless you're going to pay your buddy to come out there to do the game, or maybe get your buddy to do it for free, or you're going to volunteer your own time for free. Some companies, if it makes money and they don't have to upgrade their stuff, they don't care. They want you to do 10 different roles. They don't care. Sports is not a necessity. Sports is not a need thing. And that's what I wanted to let you guys know. And a lot of people that I work with, and I tell them that. I tell them this. It comes down to a budget. You might make some really cool ideas and you have some really cool things, but the boss might, they're not going to pay for it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Does the thing work? No. Sometimes, does the audio sound like garbage? The audio sounds like absolute garbage. Well, does it work though? The boss is not asking, does the audio sound like ESPN? Does the audio sound like WGN or Fox or ABC or insert any of the news organizations or things? Does it sound decent enough? Does it work? Will it cost me $0 more? And then nothing happens. And I see people get depressed all the time over that. And I used to get depressed over all the time on that too. But, that's just what comes with being in the biz. So, yeah. It's annoying. It's upsetting. But it is what it is. Before I start planting these trees down, do I want to move this over? I don't have that much room. How many are these? These are 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which would mean 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are all 4. So that's 4. Then these are... Did I place these trees wrong? I placed this one wrong. This one is 100% wrong. This one is 100% wrong. That needs to be moved over. But it's what? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, I actually did that pretty good. All right, I think I'm going to do the same thing here. I don't want these things to go super crazy. But I think that is probably a good outline. Let's just go 4. And we're going to do that for all of our little tree farms. Liam says, you need lemon and marinara sauce. Ooh, I didn't try that. Not Taco Tuesday, Liam says. Are you eating frozen mozzarella sticks? Yeah. I mean, it's like you would get at a bowling alley. I know you bowl, so you kind of know the gist. Also, do I want it to completely match the same thing over there like this, or just... I think I'm going to mirror it. I think I am going to mirror it. That's how I have it set up. One, 2, 3, and then 4 would be like that. And then this would just run down all the way to side. Can you make a super trees in this world? Like the really big jungle ones? Yes, you can. You can make also the big 4 dark oak trees as well. Yes, you can. You have to wait for a wandering trader to come by. The wandering trader will sell, I believe, every kind of sapling in the game. I believe. If not, he's missing a few of them. I do know he sells the dark oak. I do know he sells the jungle. I know he sells the cherry blossom. I know he sells the oak. I know he sells the birch. I know he sells the acacia, which we already have and we're about to place back down, which is our first sapling. Outside of that, the trees all spawn with... the world does naturally spawn with... oak. But they only spawn in villages. They don't spawn everywhere else. But you can make the big fat 4 trees, which eventually we will. We definitely will, Liam. That is will be happening. But also, once we place down a cobblestone, we can't misplace a tree like this. Which I'm just going to cut down now before I forget. Because I'm going to forget to do that. And that's going to annoy me for the rest of the stream when I'm placing stuff down and I'm going to freak out again. These, I mean, some trees do need a better, a larger plot of, to grow. Especially the 4s. The 4s aren't going to work in this pattern, per se, that I have set up, so we're gonna make something a little bit different. But the jungle trees are, by the way, are the hardest to regrow because jungle trees do not have a good spawn radius for by the way, I'm throwing away slime balls. I'm getting... One thing that I don't like about Minecraft is when they don't drop out of my inventory as easily as they used to. I don't know why they like changed that feature, but it's annoying. They still do, but it's not as easy as it was before. Before it was like, I could just drop stuff like super fast. And, you know, another thing is I need some fences so I can, you know, get rid of these slimes. Oh, you know, I didn't even get the chance to place the water down. That was the whole point of me doing this water thing that I haven't even done yet. All right, so apparently if I put the water in, the slimes won't spawn in there. They can swim out the water, for the record. So they can definitely swim out of the water and come out of the fences that are there. But if I put that there, they should, in theory, not just spawning in the first damn place. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Only sleep at night or during thunderstorms. Hopefully you're... can you make a... I already answered that. Oops, I don't know what I just pressed. Wow, even if I run this in window screen, it's the same size for you guys. Oh, no, it isn't. You could definitely see it shrinking, though. Hold up. What did I press? F11? See, I knew I wasn't going crazy. You see how the cows are different sizes for you guys? This is full screen. This is windowed. Oh, windowed is definitely smaller, for sure. But I knew I wasn't going crazy because I felt like my player was really skinny one day. This is windowed for me with the player. This is full screen. Oh, I knew I wasn't going crazy. We're going to stay full screen. I've been mostly playing on full screen, but one day I was watching my stream back and I go, why does it look so different? You sure you're not going crazy? Liam goes, I didn't see. Nah, I'm not going crazy. I promise you, Liam. Not this time. I definitely noticed there was something. There's a little bit, slightly different. All right, this isn't going to be perfect. Oh, it actually does do it perfectly. I didn't think that was possible. All right, I would rather hear the nice calming sounds of the water than hear the slimes. Now, we'll see. This is our experiment. This is our experiment day. But that should not spawn any slimes. Now, slimes could still spawn if we put blocks on top of this. So if we just covered it with blocks, they could still spawn. If we put slabs there, they won't spawn. But if we put blocks, they will spawn. So we're definitely not placing blocks down. I'm so happy that I got to see that Elvis movie. Now I can go the rest of my life knowing that I didn't miss the opportunity to see this movie in the movie theater, and it was so great, and blah blah blah. It was a 6 or a 7. I didn't get popcorn today, by the way. I usually go. I don't go to the movies by myself that often, but I do usually get a popcorn. This time I firstly sat down and I actually didn't get a popcorn or a pop or anything. I just sat there, watched the movie, and left. And it was 90 minutes. I knew it was the 90-minute movie, so I didn't need that. I do think for the longer movies that are like 3 hours or 2 hours, even the 2-hour movies, you should get something. But for like a 90-minute movie, go to the restroom, sit down, watch the movie, eat when you're done. I'm going to leave a little bit of cobblestone in here, a little bit of dirt, because you never know when you need dirt. As you see multiple times with me, I like running around with my head chopped off, trying to figure out where is my dirt and where is this and where is that. But I do want to start noticing how much of our stuff that we do have. We do need more oak. We are kind of low on oak. We're not like super low, but we need some oak, and we need some... We definitely need more oak. We use oak a lot more than acacia. We probably don't need to cut that down again, our acacia trees. We need cobblestone, but we could just AFK at the cobblestone thing. I might do some of that off stream. And in terms of off stream, I'm talking about not like for hours on end. I'm talking about like maybe like 10-15 minutes and then leaving, because I ain't got that much time. Because when I AFK off stream for like 20 hours or 8 hours or whatever, I never want to AFK at that spot ever again. But, you know, I want to make sure that this area is safe. The area is not safe at this time. The area is not safe at this time at all. So I do not want to waste that. But we are going to be wrapping the stream up here soon. So type your final comments in. When this shovel breaks, I'm going to be breaking this stream down. And We're going to be yeeting. Next live stream we come in here, I want to do some fishing because we did talk about some fishing, but I'm not going to fish for very long. I just want to fish for a little bit. Maybe like one Minecraft day, 10 minutes. I want to do some fishing for like maybe about 10 minutes for the entirety of the stream. Yeah, it could be split up in multiple sections. I want to finish this pen off or put water in so they don't spawn. And I want to finish this farm, cover this up. But those are the big things that I have here. I know we're not doing a million different things in these Minecraft series, but it's slowly but surely. And then we're going to place some of these trap doors here as well. So if we can get to our farm more accessible. Now the creepers and stuff can still show up, but if I am AFKing here, like so, if I can't notice them by that time, then there's probably a problem more for me than per se anything else. So let me let's do some final reading. Thank you for the yeet. Shout out to Liam for the yeet. And then we're going to eat ourselves. I appreciate it. You're not... You sure you're not going crazy? Crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a room, a rubber room. Or rats. Then they reset me. That was... What is... Yeah. Sorry, Sith Lord. You went to the theater? Yeah, I went to the theater. I saw Epic, which is Elvis Presley in concert. Is what it's... I think it's called... I think the official movie's name is called Epic Elvis Presley in Concert, but it actually should have just been called Epic. But I think it's like capital E, capital P, lowercase I, and capital C. I don't know. It's just called Epic Elvis Presley. Epic Elvis in but it stands for Epic. Epic stands for Elvis Presley in Concert. The movie was a 6 or a 7. I really like what they did with the journalists and the voiceovers and all that stuff. And finding the whole story of getting the film. Because apparently they found a room full of extra film. Like, for example, they found like 70 hours of footage of Elvis that was never used before, which is not... They used footage of Elvis before that was definitely seen by people before. So, they found... But, you know, they didn't specifically say that. But they found all this film from Elvis... And there was no sound on it. Then they made the voiceover and they found all that. Then they found the sound with the film that they found later on. But yeah, it was a 6 or a 7 out of 10. It was okay. I wouldn't go back and rewatch it. If you were an Elvis fan, I would go watch it again. I mean, I am an Elvis fan. I wouldn't take somebody to see it. If it was on TV, I wouldn't pay $15. I got it on sale, by the way. I got a 20% discount on it, but yeah. AFKing a freaking night. That's if I AFK at night, which I need better tools if I want to AFK at night. I got to keep coming back here and switching my pickaxes all the time, so I can't do that indefinitely. I gotta keep switching pickaxes out. So unless I get some crazy good pickaxe, there is always an end. Have a great night and have a great stream. Well, thank you so much, Liam, for coming out. I passed my midterm exams, by the way. Let's give a massive shout out to Liam for passing his midterm exams. And I want to give you some good luck. I know going back to school is tough, and I know school is just tough in the first place, even if you didn't go back to school. So, congratulations, Liam. Keep doing what you're doing. And I think that's probably a really good spot to end it. But we're going to figure out some more things to do in the next live stream, work on some more farming, cutting those down and going from there, working on some trading, getting all that stuff done. Let's look at our cobblestone here. We got about a stack just sitting here chilling with you guys. All the cobblestone that came from... Oh, look, there is cobblestone here. We're going to get rid of these slabs. These slabs, you see, look, there's stuff getting stuck here. There are some getting stuck, so I want to get rid of this so that if they do fall, they do come around and we can pick them up. So, but yeah, didn't even realize that was a thing. This is how much cobblestone we got just in this little short session. And yeah, that's going to be about it. So I love you guys so much. We will be working on some more farms. I hate showing the trees in every single stream, but I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do, guys. I get to a point of like, those are the things that I'm working on. So maybe look at us sitting in the boat. Maybe that'll be a good start. We just start instantly at the boat. And it's getting nighttime. I already threw my bed away. Dang it. We gotta come back to the boat. Where's my fishing rod? Did my fishing rod break? Oh my god, there's so much stuff to do. Well, thank you so much for watching, Fredlings. I do appreciate it. No OCD stuff for Zach to be concerned about. Yeah, I ain't gonna be doing. I've given up my OCD for Minecraft. Excuse me for burping. But that's gonna be it. I'm Claude from Chicago. Much love to everybody. I want to give a massive shout out to all of our Patreon members and our merchandise holders for all your constant support. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be able to do many of these things. Hope you all have a good dinner or have a good rest. We'll see you guys soon. I'm Claude from Chicago. And remember, a real friendly makes their own luck. Bye!